The biggest upset of the weekend, in his debut, Jackson Dart makes the defense play better, and he gets the win. He gets the win against the Chargers to take down one of those unbeaten.
That's going to be my opening line, is how he elevated the defense. I don't know, man. I don't want to take away from it because he had some great moments, and I will say, there is something to just like it's kind of like the interim coach bump. There's something to changing the
Mhm.
quarterback. It just
Yeah.
motivates the rest of the squad. But yeah, I mean, like I said, he had some good moments in the game. I was the biggest takeaway for the Giants since they won. I'll give them their credit first, is their D line and their defense just really, I mean, just really shut down Herbert and the Chargers, which no one has been able to do up until this point. So that I was very impressed by that. And again, Dart had his moments, and on offense though, for the Giants, two notable things. Obviously, Neighbors goes down with the ACL. That's tragic for them.
Yeah.
And dude, more Cam Scatterboo, man. They were feeding
They
Scatterboo.
fed this man.
Is that the most carries by a running back this season? Because I feel like it might be.
It very well could. 25. It very well could.
We never see 25 carries for a running back in this day and age, man. If I had to guess, that's probably the highest carry total for a running back this season.
I watched, and towards the end of it, man, I was looking at him too, and I'm like, this dude's, he's going through it, man, because they knew they were running the ball too, and they were selling out. Dart with 10 carries. I think Sam said it on Check the Mic. It was such an interesting game plan because, like, when you watch Jackson Dart in college, the dude's not just like this mobile quarterback.
No, he really
he's
wasn't.
athletic, and like they treated him like he was Tim Tebow or Johnny Manziel out there, trying to game plan around him running the ball, which was interesting. But he handled it well. I think, a few things in this game that kind of changed the momentum was the Dexter Lawrence batted ball INT early. Ladd McConkey, I think, is the one that tackled him that prevented a touchdown, which led to a field, which was huge early on because it kept the game a little bit closer at times. Herbert had gone 396 passes on the road without an interception before that, and it really wasn't even his fault. And they also had an immediate false start. I noted that after they had that. So it's like they got down to 2 and then started pushing them back, which is why they ended up not scoring. Another thing that's just tragic for the Chargers in this game is that Joe Alt got carted off and was in a walking boot afterwards. So that is massive for a team missing Rashawn Slater already. That could be a thing that derails what looked like a promising season for the Chargers.
Yeah, that's absolutely a crucial loss, especially like you said, with Rashawn Slater already being out and Joe Alt as looking like the best pass protecting tackle in the NFL. Not good at all for the Chargers whatsoever. Because, like you said, man, I think people don't understand how much offensive line play impacts an offense, man, especially when you're 2 tackles out. I mean, we've seen that with some of the offenses throughout the league this year, and especially when those are elite tackles. I mean, those are 2 of the best tackles in the NFL. So that could sadly, like you said, that could be a big impact for the rest of the Chargers season. Is it confirmed that he's like out for the year, or is it?
Let me actually see, because it was bad enough that he got carted off. He boot immediately.
Yeah, if he's carted off and in a boot, that's not a good sign whatsoever for them. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. That's a very tough loss. And I'll keep talking about the Giants here. I was really impressed with Brian Burns in this game. He had a sack in this game where, I mean, dude, he looked explosive on that sack. I mean, yeah, so explosive. He looked so fast on that sack. So the Giants D line, it's starting to make their impact. I said, preseason, that's like, dude, this D line is so loaded that it could just end up winning games for them. And it's not that simple. That's not the only reason they won this game, but it was a massive reason they won this game.
Yeah.
Made a huge impact. So yeah, I think that was probably my biggest takeaway from the Giants perspective.
Yeah, Abdul also had a play in there that was ridiculous where he, on a stunt, just came screaming in after block shedding and was flying in. So it's diagnosed with a high ankle sprain, confirmed by an MRI today. But they're currently looking for a second opinion to determine how long, but it is expected to be several weeks. So they will be out with a bit. So no starting tackles. Good luck, Justin Herbert.
It's also brutal for them, but right when the Chiefs get hot too, man. Like the Chiefs have, they've had a couple games to get right.
we just talked. We were like, it's their division to lose. We blink on a game like this, and now they're only a game ahead of in the division.
I don't know, man.
And part of my notes, I just wrote NFL, man, sweep division, lose to Giants.
I know.
Like, this is the NFL.
So true, dude. It's so true, and it's really a game that they could have won too. I don't know. It's
even
tough.
with all the
yeah, even with all of it, they had a chance to win in the end. So, but yeah, like you said, that's the NFL, man. Like this is one of those results I did not expect whatsoever, but it's what happens in the league.
Yeah. Marion Hampton had a beautiful, like, 54-yard touchdown run in this game, and they didn't give him enough carries. Like, I know that's one of them, but he had 12 for 128. No other running back touched the ball, by the way, in this game. Just a bizarre. Well, I'll say that back. Scott Matlock, who's like a fullback. A couple dudes were like fullbacks, but no running back had a carry in this game other than a Marion Hampton. Quentin Johnston breakout seems to be legit as well. He is playing very well. That touchdown before the half was huge, and a great throw as well. Yeah,
it's what kept him in the game, really. And I mean, the throw was great, but Quentin Johnston made an absolutely beautiful play on it to score. And yeah, I mean, he's been their number one receiver, man. Like, which is nuts because he was there last year with Ladd in the breakout. It's not like this is I don't know. It's very weird. In the same exact system, he was there. But second year in the system, he is just completely broken out, and is finally catching the ball and is making a massive impact for them. Who knows? Maybe Herbert and Johnston can get them through all being out, but because it's I mean, the Chargers were one of the stories of the season for us. I think that they've been a fascinating story this year, but yeah, congrats to the Giants and Dart, man. He elevated that defense. He's handing the ball off to Scatterboo, making some plays in the run game. Last thing I'll say about this game, Dakota, is the hilarious video that you sent, and I actually saw it before you sent it. But Russ in the locker room just giving Dart the absolute death stare. Clearly,
he's giving a speech like a leader already too.
Yeah, exactly. Which is Russ's thing, by the way. That's like Russ's thing. So that was eating Russ alive. I got a shout out with that, and I'm not like, I get it from Russ's perspective. I'd probably be the same way. But shout out to a guy like Jameis, who was kind of probably expected to fight for the job, right? He probably expected to fight for it. He ended up becoming the third string guy. Jameis has been nothing but supportive for Dart, man. Like, he's tweeting after the game, showing that thing from preseason of Dart eating Jameis's W. It's just, Jameis has been nothing but supportive, been a leader, and wasn't giving Dart the absolute death stare after the press conference or during the post game celebration.
Yeah, Jameis is just such a fun dude, man. And I do feel like him and Dart have seem like brothers at this point, the way they hang out and whatnot. It's been really cool to see. Couple quick things just on the game flow here that I had written down that I want to talk about too is that, when they scored when it was 13-10, they had a penalty. There was a personal foul on the Chargers, and Dabo decided to take it to the one and went for two in that moment and made it an 11-point game, which I just thought was such a smart decision to do in that moment. And then Dart, on 3rd and goal, when it was 21-18, I hated the decision to run the ball on 3rd and goal, but they went for it on 4th and goal. So I was like, okay. And Dart actually made what I thought was a decent throw. I think it was Wandell that dropped it because he got hit. But that ended up being a big moment in the game because it kept it a field goal game, and that touchdown would have put it away. But I thought Dart made a decent throw on that play. And then two things with Dart. When he threw the touchdown pass to Theo, they had like a handshake that was one of the most elaborate handshakes I've seen. That was really cool. And then the way that Dabo reacted.
Oh, I know.
These guys love him, man. Like, this team rallied behind him, and it says a lot. It says a lot.
You know what it is? It's because they're seeing the Instagram reel edits from Dart. It's all the TikTok edits, dude. He has some of the most legit TikTok edits out there for some reason, despite being, he was a solid college quarterback. He wasn't one of the best ever. He was pretty good. But you're right. I think, and that is why we're joking about him elevating the defense. But there might be a little something to it, like energizing the team, right? He energized the squad in a way that Russ clearly wasn't. And And, he wasn't the best, throw to throw, but, maybe it's like a little bit of a Tim Tebow factor, Dakota, where that won't matter as much, and he'll just elevate the team, and they'll find a way to win in these games, in close games.
That's all it takes. Chargers get the Commanders next week, and then the Giants go to New Orleans in the Dome, which is a game we had talked about, like, maybe made more sense to wait to start Dart, but now it could just be him rolling. So
Yep.
Taysom Hill is back, so keep an eye out for that somehow. The 35-year-old tight end that could change that game.